Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to be doing a video where I participate in a challenge. I was called out by Walter Jonesing for Movies. He made a video of his top 10 criterions that he could not live without. And he called me out by name and a few others as well. So here I am going to participate in it. I'm going to finally make the video. It's been probably a week or week and a half. I don't own a ton of Criterions. I probably have 30, 35 of them, and I've only seen half of them, and a few of them I didn't like, so this video is a little challenging to make. If I owned more, like I will in the next sale, this video would be completely different, but I didn't want to wait that long, so here we are. But I will make sure to put his link to his original video in the description down below. I will also tag him so everybody knows who he is, where they can find him, and his original video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. So, number 10, I'm going to go with Straw Dogs. You've got Dustin Hoffman, Susan George, I believe. I saw this one based on seeing the remake, and I thought the remake was pretty good. And I did not know there was an original, so I started to get into Criterion. This was basically my introduction into Criterion, one of my introductions. I haven't seen a ton of Criterion movies, but I dove heavily into the special features on this one. I thought it was a really well-made film. It's just not the pacing, and I just didn't love it. But it's not, like I said, it's not a bad film. I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it. But this is a very heavy film. There's a lot of important topics. And actually, one of the special features that I dove heavily into was, I believe, either a rape counselor or a sex counselor that covers a lot of the rape scene in this movie, actually. And they parallel it to It Happened One Night as well, which I have not seen, but it's also been released by Criterion. And not only that, I think it's getting a 4K from the Columbia Pictures, Volume 3, I believe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually checking that one out. I think it was from the 1930s. But yeah, Straw Dogs here. I would go with number 10 just because I really think the special features on this one are great. And I think it's an important topic and an important film to discuss. So I would go with that. I've never seen any of Sam Peckinpah's other films. Number 9, I would go with Marriage Story. Didn't love this one. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a bit overrated. It's average to me. I think it's very well acted. The dialogue's great. I think it's a really well-made film. I just didn't like it very much, but I think it's decent. I just thought it was a bit overrated. It's just, I couldn't get super into it. But like I said, very well-made film, and it can be relatable as well to a lot of people, I'm sure. But this release of this is probably one of the best releases from any boutique label I've ever seen in my entire life. Let me go ahead and open it up and kind of show off what's in the inside. So you get Scarlett Johansson on the front there, you get Adam Driver on the back, and then when you open it up, you get the sun right there, and then you get all three of them in the middle right here, with some pictures, and it kind of folds open like this. So yeah, there's a lot going on in here. And then you get a paper, a little note, as you can see, by both of them. So both of, and it says their name. You got Charlie and Nicole right there. And the notes are super just in detail. You can see that it's kind of crossed out right there. It's incredible. It's remarkable. I don't know. I got all giddy over that when I saw it. I think it's pretty unique, pretty great release. I don't know if I've really seen too many better than that. So that would be number 9, Marriage Story there. I have yet to check out that release of it. The only time I watched it was on Netflix. Next up, we've got Some Like It Hot. This would be number 8 for me. I watched this in film class, so probably 15, 16 years ago. It was probably over the course of 2 days, maybe 3. So I got to revisit it, but Some Like It Hot here would definitely be on there. I remember really enjoying this. It has been 16 years. I have not obviously watched this yet. I do have the 4K from Kino Lorber as well, so I don't know if I'll ever end up watching this version. But based on enjoying this movie and my other Criterion movies I own and haven't seen, I would pick this one just because I wouldn't want to live without this one based on my collection at the moment. So that would be number 8 there. Number 7. The Graduate. This is another one I watched in film class, and this one I really enjoyed, and I did watch this version of it. I have rewatched this since then. I watched it probably 2 years ago, year or two ago, and looked great. I thought it was really good, held up still today. There's some incredible cinematography, and actually Mike Nichols, the director of this, directed Closer, which I really like, and I thought there was a ton of parallels. You can find the similarities in common and stuff like that from The Graduate and Closer is how he is as a director, and I thought that was pretty unique. So The Graduate would be number 7 for me. Dustin Hoffman as well again. This one is so good though. It's a really good movie. It's a really good movie. Mike Nichols fell in my top 25 directors, so it shows how much I enjoyed that movie. Next up, we've got Dazed and Confused. This is really cool. You got some little circles right here where it kind of slides in, and very similar to like Marriage Story there, and it's kind of a digibook. You get a booklet inside there, so it's super nice release. Dazed and Confused, I did actually just watch this with one of my buddies. Watched it on like Instagram Live or something like that with him, kind of doing commentary with him over it. But Dazed and Confused, Fish the Film Collector, I watched it with. And I enjoyed this one again. I've rewatched it. It was my second or third time watching it. It's fun. It's a coming-of-age movie, you know, and I didn't quite grow up in this scene, obviously. It takes place before the 90s, well before the 90s. I can't quite relate to the characters in this, but somewhat can. And I just thought it was a pretty cool movie, but I didn't see it when I was younger, but I still enjoy the movie. It's pretty good. You got Ben Affleck. You got a killer cast in that one. Next up, this is still sealed. I just got it from the Target buy 2 get 1 free sale. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yeah, I've seen this once. You got Phoebe Cates. You got Sean Penn, a young Sean Penn in this one. Yeah, this one's pretty good as well. I enjoyed this one, so I haven't watched this one either. But yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was definitely something I wanted to add. So yeah, this would definitely be in that list as well. All right. Getting into the final 4 here, we have got The Blob up next. So these ones I've really enjoyed here. We've got The Blob, the original. I really like the remake as well, probably a bit more. But I saw this once, watched the Criterion version of it. I thought it was great. I think Steve McQueen, right? I could be wrong, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, yeah, Steve McQueen. I did enjoy this one a lot. I think 1956 or something like that. 1958. It's a short movie, 82 minutes long, but it's fun. It looks great. The transfer of this was great. I've heard Criterion does great work, though. So, but yeah, this would absolutely go into the top 10 with me. I couldn't live without. I love this movie. I don't own any other versions of it, so this would absolutely be in that list. I enjoy it. I think it's a really good movie. And 1950s, I was recently listening to a podcast, and they talked about 1950s having some terrible movies, but that is definitely not one of them. That is a good one. That is a high. So next up, we have got top 3 here. Silence of the Lambs. I own the 4K from Kino Lorber as well, but I did watch this version of it because I actually didn't watch this until a couple years ago for the first time. Probably 3 or 4 years ago. I hated Hannibal. I did not like Hannibal. I thought it was an awful movie. But The Silence of the Lambs, I did really enjoy. This is a great movie. Loved it. It came out in 1991, the year I was born. So, yeah, you got Buffalo Bill. Yeah, this is such a good movie. I love Buffalo Bill as well because he's played by Ted Levine or Levine. I believe. I don't know if it's going to say on the back of here. But he voiced He voiced, Rusty Nail in Joyride. Candy Cane, yeah. So nobody else could have played that iconic voice. But yeah, this is a really good one. Definitely couldn't live without it. I love having the 4K as well of it. But this is a great release as well because it slides out like this as well. Like the other ones, you get a booklet. So it's really cool how Criterion doesn't do the same thing for all of their releases. I actually like that. It's all different. Next up, we've got Bull Durham, number 2. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. It was a blind buy for me. Kevin Costner's in it, favorite actor of all time, probably him and Tom Hanks and Robert De Niro. But I love Bull Durham. I'm a big baseball fan. I'm a sports fan in general. But I adore this movie. It was my first ever introduction into Tim Robbins as well. You got Susan Sarandon in this. There's adult humor. It's funny. It's entertaining. You got plenty of baseball. It's just, the dialogue is so crisp. This movie is great. I love this movie to death. Directed by Ron Shelton, who directed Tin Cup as well, and a couple other sports films as well. I believe Play It to the Bone, which I've never seen. But yeah, this is a favorite of mine. Honestly, love this film. It's probably in my top 50 or top 100 favorite films of all time. So Bull Durham would be on there. I'd love a 4K of that. And then last but not least, I have not opened this. I got this for I think $50. And now it's getting a 4K, or it just came out on 4K this past Tuesday. But we've got Night of the Living Dead. Of course I would choose this. I've seen this movie once. Can't wait to rewatch it. I will definitely be watching the 4K. I don't even know if I'll open this up. I probably will at some point. But yeah, it's kind of already open. You could see right there and whatnot. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead, the original from 1960s, right? I don't know what year this was. 1960 something, I believe. It doesn't say on the back here. Somebody will correct me. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead, George Romero's first directorial debut, I believe. And then he had a bunch of other zombie films after. But this spawned zombies, I mean, and look at what we've got since then. So this is an important film. Can't wait to get the 4K during the next sale, more than likely, and check that out on 4K and revisit it, because I don't remember this one super well. I just remember the ending, and I remember them going to a house, and I think it starts in a cemetery and things like that. So yeah, this will be a fun rewatch, but this is a great addition. Obviously, it comes with all this other stuff on here, so you could check that out right there if you want. And I can't wait to revisit this and check it out. But that would be my top 10 films, Criterion Collection films that I could not live without, and that I would take with me on a deserted island or anything like that. So to know more about the original video, hit that link in the description down below. And yeah, I'll make sure to tag him as well. Thank you so much for the challenge, Walter. Appreciate it. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you would like, go ahead and participate in the challenge as well. If you have a good amount of Criterion releases, if you want to do it, and let me know when you do. Share the link with me or anything like that. Hit me up on Instagram and let me know, and I'd love to watch your videos. So like I said, thank you so much to all my supporters. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for all future videos. And I'll see everyone next time. Appreciate you.